So you're from Lansing.
Yes, absolutely.
East Lansing or just regular Lansing?
Good old Lansing.
Regular
Capital
Lansing.
City, man.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So how old are you, man? Tell us a little bit about yourself. I don't really know a whole lot about you.
I like to keep my mystique. I would say I'm old enough to party.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. So we're gonna be playing some of your music here in a little bit, but before we do that, I want to talk to you a little bit about. I want to get to know you, I guess.
Okay.
Just let everybody listening get to know you. Because you say you got the mystique. So how did you even get into rapping? How did that come about?
Honestly, it was... Everybody was telling me to. At the time when I started, I was actually just producing.
Okay.
I was more interested in being behind the scenes, so the thought of actually rapping, it was kind of intimidating to me.
Of course.
But I would produce beats that were quite intricate, so when I would demo them to potential customers, they would say things like, man, I probably should hear a verse to go with it. So after doing that, I would just start writing one with every beat that I would make. After demoing them, they would be like, you know what, Rosco, why this should be just your song. Like, why would you give this to me? This should be you. And finally, I worked up the courage and I said, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it.
So how long ago was that?
About 7 years.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
Man, it's a long journey, isn't it?
It is, but I mean, it's really more about how bad do you want it.
Right.
Yeah.
So how bad do you want it?
I'm here.
Hey, that's right.
I'm here.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, I mean, I can't begin to tell you how many emails ever since this station launched that we've gotten from people that want their music played and everything like that.
Yeah.
And not to sound like a jerk, but honestly, I've turned every single person down.
Man, I feel blessed.
Yeah, bless up. but then AG called me.
AG with the dance moves.
And he showed me your stuff, and I was like, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I
This
mean-
is my homie, man. We got on this success flight about getting ready to be a year now. Actually, it'll be a year in April. And every day we just been putting in footwork, and that's how we got here. Positivity, progression, and footwork every day.
Right, because I mean, well, 7 years ago, you didn't even know if you wanted to rap. Now, this summer, you're going to be appearing at Common Ground Festival in Lansing.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited.
I mean, I'm looking at the bill, and we tweeted out. Go ahead, give us a follow. 101_1 the beat. So ASAP Rocky's the headliner.
Absolutely, and then you got French Montana on there as well.
Mick Jenkins going to be there.
I
But
swear.
I mean, how crazy is it? But I'm looking down at the bottom, and who could that be? It's Rosco P.
I mean,
How crazy is it to see your name on the same bill as French Montana, ASAP, Mick Jenkins? I mean, it's got to be like a surreal thing.
it is, weird. I had said that I wanted to be on it. I look back at times, every time that I wanted to quit, because there were so many times just looking out the window like, why am I even doing this?
Naturally.
But to see it all come to fruition, it proves that it can further be done. That's just even more motivation. But to see my name at the bottom of the list was just like, all right, this feels real now. This is something that I clearly can do.
Right, and the goal would be to have your name at the top of the list one of these days.
Top, yeah.
Right.
I'll take this from now, but
Right.
next year it's gonna go up there.
Right, now I've never been to Common Ground, so what is the date for that? It's in July, right?
Yep. It's
July 8th, actually.
July 8th.
Yeah, we play July 8th.
Okay.
But the
Here,
festival
AG, let's get
itself...
your mic over there.
Oh,
There you go.
sorry.
No, you're good.
The festival itself is from July 5th through July 10th. It's a week event. Common Ground is a huge music festival. It kind of just brings Grand Rapids, Lansing, Detroit, Saginaw, Flint. It brings artists from all over, people from all over. Obviously, they get the big headliners to appeal to different genres of music. So one night's country, one night's pop, one night's hip hop.
Oh, okay.
You
I
know,
see.
they break it
Okay.
down like
I've never
that.
been there before. I'm from like the
yeah.
Detroit area, so I've never been over that way. But
Yes, it did.
it sounds it. It sounds it. So obviously you guys are there on the hip hop night.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're actually gonna listen to your first song. So this song coming up here is called "The Lows."
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about
featuring my
that.
man AG right
AG's
here.
on the-
Actually,
yeah.
He's with
I'm
me.
on the second
So-
verse.
Tell me a little bit about it.
This song, essentially, me and Adam actually wrote this on the way to Atlanta. Whether we want to admit it or not, we were freestyling like from Lansing to Atlanta when we went to go and record Blue Benjamin. So after that song was already made, we were already working on some other stuff. So pretty much it just signifies having your back against the ropes, starting from those low, dark times when you feel like no one or nothing is working for you, and then seeing it all the way through.
That was The Lows by Rosco P. Rosco P is joining us in the studio right now, hailing from Lansing. What's up,
Sir.
Rosco?
Man, I'm hanging in there, man.
Yeah, that song's fantastic.
Man, thank you
So you were
much
kind
for
of telling us a
playing.
little bit about that. So I think The Lows is pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty much about when life's kicking you down and stuff like that. Explain to us after listening to it, kind of what was going through your mind, or what was happening in your life when you were writing that song and doing that song?
A lot, man. I mean, being a upcoming artist is crazy. You know, it's not necessarily working a 9 to 5, but every day you got to clock in, and the people around you may not always necessarily agree with your lifestyle choices. So there's always people in your ear telling you, you need to be doing this, you should be doing this. And at one point in time, I just found myself almost giving up. Like, my back was literally against the ropes. It was either continue doing this or live life regretting that you never attempted. And I chose this.
Do you think you would have regretted it if you would have given it up?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is something I just can't see myself not making music.
Right.
Just the 9 to 5 was just never my thing. When I was there, I felt like a prisoner.
Yeah.
So.
I know, I hate working in with you. I mean, I'm not
You got a cool job, though.
I know, yeah, it's not that bad, you know? I mean, I'm definitely not going to become a hip-hop artist, but I mean, I'm definitely don't plan on pushing pencils the rest of my life.
True.
But, okay, so you're from Lansing, you've been rapping for 7 years, roughly.
Yeah.
Who are, like, your major influences, whether they be super mainstream or just somebody that, a family member or something? Who?
While I was producing, it was Jay Dilla for sure. The album Donuts was on repeat all the time. I had it on vinyl too. But hip hop, main person is gonna be Drake, because he made it okay to rap about normal people issues. You know, he made it okay to be relatable. At one point in time, hip hop was about how much money you had, or what side of town you represented, or whatever latest dance move was out or something. And he made it okay to be like, you know what, I feel this way about a girl. I want to succeed. You know what I mean? It just opened up a lane for someone like myself to walk through.
We play a lot of Drake. We actually get tweets all the time. People accuse us of playing too much Drake.
If there's a such thing.
I mean, Drake's right now he's the best I don't know if I want to say he's the best in the game. He's definitely up there.
I feel like it would probably be safe. He's definitely up there. You know, he's established himself. He's got brands and things of that nature behind him. When you've got that, then there's definitely a lot to argue about. So,
dude, I see people with OVO shirts all the time.
That right there says he's winning.
Yes, exactly.
The other person I would like to mention is if you ever get a chance to come to my show. Actually, I've got one coming up here.
Yeah. Aren't you going to be in? Go ahead and plug it. Tell us what you're
April 28th. I'm at the CMU Auditorium for the Apollo that they host here.
Yeah.
I'm the last act. I guess I'm the guest artist there. So
yeah, I saw a
privileged
tweet
to
about
be
that the
there,
other
too.
day. So
yeah, so I'm gonna be there when you come. I don't know if they serve drinks there or beverages are allowed, but put it down. We like to rage. We like to jump around. Man, it gets crazy. And I got to thank Trav Scott for that. He definitely opened up a lane of energy and performing that a lot of artists are taking note of now. So those two really combined.
You know, he's dropping the first single off his new album in like a day or two. Did you know that or no?
I did not know that.
It's him and Young Thug's gonna be on the track. They haven't given it a day, but they said by the end of the week. So I mean, hell, it's already Thursday. So we've got Friday and Saturday, and
that's gonna be lit though.
Yeah, that and man, I don't know. A lot of stuff's happening right now. Big Sean and Janae Aiko have album coming out tomorrow.
Oh wow.
Called 2088. I don't know what to expect from that. They said it's got like a 70s soul sound to it. So
you know what I like? I like that everything that you've just said had somebody else working. Yeah. I like the fact that people are working together. You know what I'm saying? All these artists are just combining styles. That's how you make new genres. I mean, you're just opening up more doors, and that's what we need. Right.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because like I can't decide whether I like features or if I like no features. Because like 2014 Forest Hills Drive by J. Cole was like the first album like to go giant with no features.
Very solid as well. I might
yes.
say that. Very
but he made it work. You got something to say?
Sorry, no, but he didn't even do any publicity on the album. He dropped at the very end of 2014.
I know.
And it was the #1 selling album in 2014.
I know.
Like,
it was ridiculous.
No leaks.
Top to bottom. And I mean, just for nobody else to be on that. And I take that back. Actually, the Janae Aiko, Big Sean, it's an EP. It's not technically an album, but
it's
whatever.
A project.
It is. Yeah. There's so many things you can do.
Definitely.
Who would you compare yourself to? I know uniqueness is definitely a big part, but if you had to give yourself, hey, I'm a lot like say you're selling yourself to somebody, and you're like,
if I was selling myself, I'd have to say that I'm unique. I would say that I am like a culmination of Drake, Travis, Party Next Door,
ooh.
The Weeknd on occasion, But
Bob
you have
Marley
to
in
add
there.
a huge dose of substance in there.
Really?
Like, my music is essentially self-improvement
Mm-hmm.
over modern cadence, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I feel like I benefit right there. That would be my selling point right there.
Well, cool. Well, we're actually going to play one of your songs right now, Recognition. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about that track.
This song is exactly what the name says. It was me pretty much demanding people acknowledge me. And for the reasons why. It'll be explained in the song.
All right, well, cool. 101.1 The Beat, that's Rosco P. Here he is with Recognition on Mount Pleasant's new and only hip-hop station.
That's awesome, man.
That was Lansing's very own Rosco P with Demons right here on 101.1 The Beat. Before that, we had him with Recognition. Laying down the hot tracks and throwbacks right here, Mount Pleasant's new and only hip-hop station. Rosco P is actually in the studio with us right now. Rosco, what's up?
Man, I'm still hanging in there, man. I'm lit. I'm having a good time.
That's good. That's good. So look, you're from Lansing. Why are you actually in town today? I heard something about a music video. What's going on there?
Couple things, man. I had to come visit you and the good folks at 101.1.
Of course.
Foremost.
Of course.
And secondly, I'm actually shooting a music video. So heads up to everybody listening. I will be at 224 West Maple. Again, 224 West Maple, Friday at 6:30. Come if you want to be in a music video, man. It's going to be dope.
I've watched some of your guys' music videos. The one that AG showed me one.
Oh, Demons.
Yes.
That was actually for the song that just played, yeah.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
That's got a nice video. Go check that out, too, on YouTube, man. Rosco P. No E in there. Rosco P. Demons.
So, speaking of Demons and speaking of Recognition, tell us a little bit about those two songs.
Well, again, Recognition is as simple as the title. I mean, it's just me saying, I want my acknowledgement, and this is the reason for it. Demons is a song about... Didn't necessarily have to deal with me, but what I like to do is I like to write songs about the people in my life and the things that are going on. So Demons is a song about battling afflictions. It could be drinking, it could be substances, it could be maybe you have an anger problem. Whatever it is that you're working towards progressing at. Essentially, that to me was the demon.
Right.
And instead of running away from it, you were chasing it because that's what makes you you, you know? And my whole thing is progression. So that was what that song was about.
You know, I gotta say, I respect you for actually having purpose behind your music.
Of course.
It's refreshing.
Man. Bob Marley once said, we as musicians have a responsibility to teach. I mean, and to say something worth listening to. Like, imagine if this was a higher scale. You never know whose ears my voice is reaching to. Imagine if I was on a larger scale and maybe I was affecting the decisions of decision makers.
Right.
You know?
My daughter listening to you.
Yeah. Hey,
Kids,
tell everybody
man.
about that. So, how old's your daughter?
My daughter is 8. She's going to be 9 in July. And every time I take her to school, we have the same 5 songs that she has to bump. That's Roscoe's. And then we did a music video for the Lows. I believe it was the Lows.
Yeah, definitely.
And she would not let it rest that she had to have some scene in the music video where it's cute to see someone like actually look up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like listen to what he's saying, but I'm proud to like what you're preaching to let her listen to it because it's a good example.
Yo, that's my man Ahern on the mic, Jake Ahern, and huge shout out to his daughter Isabel, man.
Yeah, it sounds like she bumps
Yeah.
She's
on the way to school, on the way to elementary school.
Getting
So.
ready.
coolest 3rd grader ever.
Yeah, definitely. So actually, we're going to kick it over to your last song that we're going to play here, Blue Benjamins. This is my personal favorite song. So we will be right back in just a few. Here's Rosco P. He's in the studio. Here's Blue Benjamins. That was Blue Benjamins, Rosco P. right here, 101.1 The Beat. Mount Pleasant's new and only hip-hop station. Roscoe's in the studio. He's just about to bump out in a second, but that's my favorite song of yours by far.
Thanks, man.
I like the other ones a lot, but that is, I don't know what it is. I just think it's got a nice riff to it. And,
It's on iTunes. People can definitely go out there and check it out. Go ahead, check me out on iTunes. That's Blue Benjamins by Rosco P. But that song is essentially about the acquisition of financial freedom, financial independence. You know, you work hard for what you get, and then you be responsible with the funds that you do obtain.
All right, well, cool. Well, look, we're going to let you go. Rosco P, you can go ahead. Check him out this summer, Common Ground Festival in Lansing. He's going to be there with ASAP Rocky, French Montana, Mick Jenkins, among others. You can check him out on iTunes. Go ahead and give him a listen on SoundCloud. And am I forgetting anything, or am I hitting it?
Nope, you can check me out at soundcloud.com/Rosco. That's ROSCO, the letter X, and then the letter P. And
Perfect.
that'll be me, man.
Perfect. All right, well, look, thank you very much for your time.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
man.
no problem. All right, well, look, we're going to kick it right back to the music. We're going to kick it off with Right Hand by Drake right here on 101.1 The Beat.